Morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee with the Pastor. This morning we start our discussion of preach the word no matter what. Preach the word. We're going to start in Luke chapter 11. And while the crowds were thickly gathered together, he began to say, "This is an evil generation. It seeks a sign, and no sign will be given to it except to the sign of Jonah the prophet. For as Jonah became a sign to the Ninevites, so also the Son of Man will be to this generation. The queen of the south will rise up in judgment with the men of this generation and condemn them. For she came from the ends of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Indeed, a greater than Solomon is here. The men of Nineveh will rise up in the judgment with this generation and condemn it. For they repented at the preaching of Jonah, and indeed a greater than Jonah is here." Well, Jesus is condemning the current his generation. We certainly could apply it to today, that this is an evil generation waiting for a sign. He talks about the queen of the south, which is, of course, the Queen of Sheba, coming to visit Solomon. In 1 Kings 10, she looks at that. We look at that now. When the Queen of Sheba heard of the fame of Solomon concerning the name of the Lord, she came to test him with hard questions. She came to Jerusalem with a very great retinue, with camels that bore spices and very much gold and precious stones. And when she came to Solomon, she spoke with him about all that was in her heart. And Solomon answered all her questions, and there was nothing so difficult for the king that he could not explain it to her. And when the Queen of Sheba had seen all the wisdom of Solomon, the house that he had built, the food on his table, the seating of his servants, the service of his waiters and their apparel, it says there is no more spirit in her. In other words, her breath was taken away, that she was so overwhelmed by what was going on in Solomon's court. Yet Jesus said, a greater than Solomon is here. Happy are your men, and happy are those your servants who stand continually, she said, before you and hear your wisdom. Blessed be the Lord your God, who delighted in you, setting you on the throne of Israel. Because the Lord has loved Israel forever, therefore he made you king to do justice and righteousness. 1 Kings 10 says, and Solomon gave the Queen of Sheba all she desired. Now we know that, of course, that was one of his failings. He was mixing in the world. It was Solomon's wives was his downfall. He had 700 wives and 300 concubines, including Pharaoh's daughter and princesses from Moab, Ammon, Edom, Sidon, and the Hittites. That's amazing. And what happened is, of course, we know that those foreign wives brought foreign gods into Israel. And you say, well, somebody said, well, why did God allow it? Well, hey, God gives us free will. And so he doesn't stop us. And so there's why when we see Jesus condemning an evil generation, it's because the hearts of men are continually on evil. God bless you, and we'll see you again next time.